The sun rises over Thiruvananthapuram, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. The city, still wrapped in the quiet of dawn, begins to stir. But today is different. Today, the air is thick with devotion. Roads that once bustled with everyday life now belong to millions of women, moving together like a sacred river, each carrying a clay pot, firewood, and a prayer in their heart. This is Attukal Pongala, the largest gathering of women devotees in the world. A festival so sacred, so powerful, that it has earned the name Women's Sabrimala. But why? What makes this festival more than just a ritual? What unseen force draws millions of women here, year after year, transforming the city into a living, breathing temple of faith? To understand, we must go back to the legend of Kannaki, the woman whose fire burned down a kingdom and whose spirit lives on in the goddess of Attukal. Kannaki was a devoted wife, a woman of quiet strength and boundless love. But fate turned against her when her husband, falsely accused of theft, was executed by the king of Madurai. Grief-stricken, Kannaki did not crumble. She did not beg for justice. Instead, she became justice. Tearing off one of her golden anklets, she stormed into the king's court, proving his mistake. But it was too late. Her husband was gone. And then, something unimaginable happened. Fueled by unbearable sorrow and divine fury, Kannaki called upon the gods. And in response, the city of Madurai went up in flames. Every building, every palace, every monument burned to the ground by the sheer force of her truth. And as the fire raged, Kannaki walked away, transformed from a grieving widow into an embodiment of divine justice. Her journey led her to Kerala, where the women of Attukal welcomed her with open hearts, offering her food and prayers. It is believed that in return, she blessed them, promising to protect them, to listen to them, and to answer their prayers. And so, the legend became a tradition, the tradition became a festival, and today, millions of women continue to honor that sacred promise. As the sun climbs higher, the sacred fire from the temple is carried out, its flames trembling like a whisper from the divine. It moves from one pot to another, igniting not just the rice and jaggery within, but the unshakable faith of every woman seated before it. Imagine the sight: endless rows of women, young and old, rich and poor, all equal in their devotion. They sit under the open sky, their eyes closed, lips murmuring prayers, hands steady as they stir the offering in their clay pots. The fire crackles, the scent of boiling rice and jaggery fills the air, and in that moment, something shifts. This is not just an offering. This is a manifestation of faith. For centuries, women have come here carrying burdens, prayers for a child, a cure, a lost love, a better tomorrow. And over again, the goddess has answered. There are stories whispered through generations of women who walked in with empty arms and returned the next year cradling a baby, of the sick who sat before these sacred flames, feeling their pain melt away like wax before the fire, of mothers who wept for their children only to find that life, against all odds, had changed in their favor. Coincidence? No. This is something far greater. This is the power of collective devotion, millions of prayers rising together. weaving a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Here, manifestation is not a concept. It is a reality. Science may say it's the power of positive belief. Historians may call it tradition. But those who have felt it, who have sat before these fires, who have seen their prayers answered in ways beyond understanding, know the truth. Here, women are not just devotees. They are vessels of divine energy, creators of their own destiny. Here, prayers do not vanish into the sky unanswered. They return as blessings, as miracles, as proof that when faith is pure, when devotion is unwavering, the goddess listens. And so, as the final flames flicker and the offering boils over, a silent promise lingers in the air that no prayer spoken in faith will go unheard, no heart filled with devotion will go unnoticed. And in this sacred space, miracles are not just possible, they are inevitable.